This is our back garden in the spring of 1985, and one of the first jobs was to install a pond. Over the last 39 years, the garden has slowly evolved into what it is today. It's nothing really exciting, but over those years I've encouraged wildlife to colonise our garden to what it's become today, but I still manage it in a loose sort of way. So here on the first day of March, a colder spell again, to what I can only describe as a miserable wet winter. With Pendle Hill high enough to hold a covering of snow. On the 4th of March, an overnight frost, but the temperature soon rose to around 4 degrees, giving a more spring-like day. This is a job I hate doing. I'm cleaning all the bottom of the pond out before the tadpoles hatch. Over the years, the soils drop down into the pond, and when I empty this wet, muddy soil onto the garden, I shall check it to see if there's any aquatic creatures in it, and pick them out and put them back in the pond. This gave me the chance to cut back some of the overwintering plants. But it was back to a cold overcast day on the 7th. When I started to break up the soil surface after all the winter rain. It's much colder today, it's only 5 degrees centigrade, and that wind's got into the east. But I've noticed that the frogs have spawned again overnight. There's a few clumps of new spawn, and I'm just cleaning up round my alpine bed, the old rockery here, and I've just noticed when I lift this stone up here, we've got dozens of snails, well, several snails hibernating here, so this is where my snails go. The garden fence between John, our neighbour's garden, and ours has just about had it, so in another spell of unsettled wet weather we replace several of the posts and panels, John doing most of the work and me just labouring. On the 16th of March, the purple saxifrage was at its best, and the first frog spawn was beginning to hatch. This old nest box has just about had it. It's split down the middle, there's a big gap in it, it's loose on the tree, so today I'm going to take it off and replace it with a new one. There's old nesting from last year. Yeah, it's still there, it's all full of muck. I'm going to clean it, well, I'm going to throw it away now. And let's see if they like the new home. Continuing making my garden friendly for wildlife, I'm digging in several old tree stumps around the garden. It's now the 18th of March and the tadpoles are becoming more active in the warmer early spring sunshine. And on the 22nd of March in our small front garden, the first past flowers are opening, 2 to 3 weeks earlier than 15 years ago. With the sun coming out, they really have become active today. That reminded me of another small job I'd have to do in the next couple of days. Ever so slowly, the first spring flowers are responding to this rare, sunnier day. And on the 27th of March, our last snowdrop is just about hanging on. The trail camera I bought is giving me a few shots of the birds I don't always see around the garden. This is the small job I mentioned. It's to stop the tadpoles in the area that they are developing in from swimming all around the pond. I'm putting a couple of pieces of turf in the pond to stop them being sucked up by the submersible pump at the other end. The cold northeast wind is back again with a temporary colder spell. But thank goodness the sun briefly returned again on the 30th, giving us hope that spring has arrived and the long, wet, miserable winter was behind us.